Hey there, my name is Alex. I am the Silver Mont, and this is a lore video for the game that began it all, Demon Souls. If you have played both Demons and Dark Souls, you will know that the games share many themes, but how similar are they? Just what happened in the northern land of Boletaria? In this world, demons feast upon mortal flesh, and your duty, as the Slayer of Demons, a warrior trapped in the Nexus and denied death, is simple. Destroy the demons. But who are these demons? Let us take a closer look at each and the worlds they inhabit, starting with World 1-1, the Boletarian Palace. This world is basically the Undead Burg. This is confirmed by the presence of the Bridge Drake. The demon of this first world is the Phalanx, a miserable pile of secrets and older brother to the Phalanx of the Painted World. But more importantly, locked away in a mausoleum, we find old King Darin, Gwyn's brother. And whilst the Sunlight King was weak to naught but parries, Darin too shared a single weakness: headbutts and gravity. Now you may be thinking, that's two weaknesses. However, you would be incorrect in this assumption.
That covers World 1-1, but now let's do what most people do and jump into World 2-1, so we can get that crushing battle axe. If you've forgotten, my name is Alex, and I am the Silvermont. And World 2 is Stonefang, an immense mine that produces the ore and weapons that supply the Boletarian army. Here we will find fat ministers, who are all related to Chester. But you might be thinking, they are fat, whereas Chester was thin. This is because the fat ministers ate all the food and Chester was starved as a child. That's why he ran away from home and ended up in Ulasil. The demon here? Some sort of dumb spider that explodes.
Now at this point, we realize we don't want the crushing battle axe, and once again change paths and head to World 4-1, the Shrine of Storms. You might be thinking, Shrine? Where have I heard that before? That's right, Shrine of Amana. The Shrine of Storms is actually the Shrine of Amana. Years before it sank underground and became populated by infinite range sorcerers. But even now, instead of infinite range sorcerers, it has screeching manta ray fucks who spike you. The skeletons here also really love Sonic the Hedgehog, and the demon of this area is the Adjudicator. Yeah, he has diabetes, so please like and subscribe to support him in his struggle. 1 like equals 1 insulin. He also has a cartoon duck on his head. What the fuck?
After realizing we forgot the crescent falchion in Shrine of Storms, we decided we didn't want it anyway, and go back to Stonefang and find ourselves in World 2-2. Delving deeper below in the mines, we discover that they are mining ore from dragon bones or something. There's also a guy called Flame Lurker who looks like a frustrated middle-aged man set on fire. But he drops a very important item, the Red Hot Demon Soul, which you might be interested to know in the original Japanese release of Demon Souls is referred to as the Hati Boom Body Soul. Immense sexual attraction might well take place, prompting you to consume this hot mama. But you shouldn't do that, because you need to give it to the tiny blacksmith man so he can do weapon stuff. Things that are good for the stuff that needs to be.
And then it's on to the final part of Stonefang, wherein we fight the Dragon God. This is the very same demon featured in the opening cinematic, and also the demon who punches us rudely during the tutorial. When his eyes are red, it means you done stupid. When his eyes are yellow, it means you can go. But his eyes never go green, because the Dragon God never studied the highway code. What a fucking inferior child he is. But he's also the first archdemon we encounter, sort of. Because you might do it a different order, but he's right next to the Dragon Bone Smasher. Because you might do it a different order, but he's right next to the Dragon Bone Smasher. Smatcher? What am I saying? Dragon Bone Smatcher. But he's also the first archdemon we encounter. Sort of. Because you might do it a different order, but he's right next to the Dragon Bone Smasher, which is really big, and we have no imagination, so we're going with a guts build like everyone else does.
And now it's on to the Tower of Latria. The lore for this stage is very interesting. Sony executives often quote this level when talking about Bloodborne and how much they love Demon Souls, even though they didn't publish it and clearly thought it was a piece of shit back in 2009. There's these guys who walk around ringing bells and it's a big prison where the only escape is to go to church? Whoa now, hold your horses, you atheists. I know what you're thinking. God isn't real. This appears to be the case because the demon of this area is a false idol.
Flying up the big place we enter, World 3-2, which looks like this. In this area we find Yurt, who is Lautrec's father. There's also some big hearts that we need to do stuff to before we find the demon of this world. Man-eaters. Yeah, there's two. Just demons of this world. Do they really eat man? Unlikely, as they seem to prefer knocking people off ledges and screeching like rats in a microwave.
But after defeating them, we end up in the final part of Latria, where we fight the old monk. Did you know that demons can be clothes too? This demon is a golden head wrap and it wraps around people and makes them do stupid shit. Is it connected to Xanthos, King Jeremiah? No. But this is where we discover the truth of the Tower Latrine. The king went to insert name of clothes store here and bought a cool scarf, but his wife hated it, so he put her and the entire kingdom in jail because he overreacted. Then he made a sick mountain of chairs and died.
Which means it's time to head back to the Shrine of Storms. Whilst the first part had weird skeletons, now we have Grim Reapers. Remember how Shrine of Amana has references to Nito? And Nito is the first of the dead? And Shrine of Storms is full of dead stuff? Confirmed. The tribe of people here offer themselves to a mighty demon known as the Storm King, who looks like a flying pancake. But before we get to him, we have to deal with the old hero. This demon is actually Goth and Artorias fused into one.
Putting him out of his misery leads us to the much spoken of Storm King. You could fucking burst him with the Storm Ruler.
Which means we are on to the final world, the Valley of Defilement. Have you ever wondered, once you flush the toilet, where all that stuff goes? Well, this is it. It basically stinks, and it's full of weird guys, and I don't even remember what the boss is called. It's basically a big stupid blob.
Moving deeper into the swamp, we have another stupid blob to look forward to. Is it the Dirty Colossus, or the Leechmonger? I don't know. But it's basically, at this point, they ran out of ideas for bosses and just said, you know, what if the demon was animated poo? The lore behind this area is that everything is shiny, and even your soul will become shiny. However, in a dramatic twist we can find here in this filthy, shiny place, the Moonlight Sword, a silver ray of light in the darkness.
Whoa, why are your segments longer than mine, and why do you get silver rays of light in the darkness when all I get is shitey demons that he couldn't even remember the name of until it gets to your part?
Be quiet, you stupid woman. It's your turn now anyway.
Yeah. The next part is the final part of the Valley of Defilement, and we discover that they basically stole the plot of Blighttown. Remember how Quaylag's cute sister decided she was going to eat puss, and somehow that helped everyone? Well, in the deepest part of this giant toilet, we find Saint Estrella and her loyal knight, Garl Vinland, and she isn't eating puss. But there's aborted babies or something, and she guilt trips you or something. But she's tripping. If you care about aborted babies, would you go and sit in a giant pile of aborted babies? This is not helping. So at this point, you need to kill the Squid Knight, who has cool armor, and then Estrella pieces out and stabs herself.
Which means we can go back to Boletaria. Although at this point, we're too powerful, so the second part is a piece of cake. The hardest part is helping out Ostrava, and the useless child. Fuck, he is the useless child. The hardest part is helping out Ostrava, the useless child who is basically Oscar of Ostrava. So fucking what is wrong with me? Jesus Christ!
Confirmed.
Oscar.
Confirmed. Lore implications.
Astoria.
Astora.
Yeah. Fucking, I still can't say it right.
It's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Give it another go.
Astora. A store.
Okay.
A store? Okay.
No, Astora.
A store! The hardest part is helping out Ostrava, the useless child who is basically Oscar of Astora, but more stupid. The demon of this area is the Tower Knight, who is a fucking Gundam. Stab him in the ankles, a pretty decent amount, and he falls over. And you just bash his head in.
The next part is stupid. We basically follow a fat minister through an entire level until the penetrator penetrates him. The penetrator is cool though, and you can have Bior help fight him.
Who the hell is Bior?
He's essentially what would happen if Hagrid and Benhart became one.
I'd fap to that.
Yeah. And we need to help Ostrava more because he's always walking into dumb traps like this.
Yeah, but then it's the final part of Boletaria. I think this is the part with the dragon. And Ostrava tries to fight you, but he dies like a tool, and then we get to fight False King Allant, who is pretty much the Ivory King without the stupid hat. But it turns out he is a false king. This means that he is false. Is he a false king? No. He is a king, but he is false. He is not Allant. The real Allant says you're pretty chill though, and invites you to come and meet with the strongest demon, which is not related to Bloodborne at all.
So the Maiden in Black at this point basically pulls the patches and kicks you down a hole or something. Wow, Maiden in Black, I thought you were a cool papa, but I guess you're just an anus. Here we arrive at Ash Lake or something, and there's a stupid giant tree, which we go into, and there's a blob, which is a Allant. That's the lesson to learn here. If you fuck with demons, you'll turn into a blob. They repeated this lesson in Bloodborne where you turn into a fucking slug.
And there are two choices once you defeat Blob King Allant. Do you seal away the old one?
Or do you shank the Maiden in Black? The choice is yours, Slayer of Demons.
Doug.
God damn it, Doug.
Fuck, I fucked up. I gotta pee.
You have to pee right now?
Nope, fuck it.
You're not gonna pee?
I mean, I got a bottle if it comes to it.
I don't think it's gonna take that long.
No, I don't think so.